Do you have a speed event horse that anticipates? Well, whether he's the rady type, push style type, or free runner, I have some techniques that'll really help you out. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Becky, Amio Horse Training, and today we're going to talk about what to do with a horse that anticipates every maneuver as you're working through the basic handle. Now, this is Harlan's Red Fox that I'm riding. We call him Fun Size here at the ranch, and he is a 6-year-old gelding. I started him as a 2-year-old, and he's pretty advanced in his basic handle maneuvers. He's a really rady kind of horse, push style horse, and that means that when I go and work him at something, he wants to stay really collective. I really have to try to send him hard into an obstacle. If I sit too early, cue too soon, guaranteed we're going to knock whatever we're trying to turn. I really have to drive him all the way past a pole or a barrel. Now, he just got his shoes put back on a week ago. He's had about 3 rides, and we're just starting with a basic warm-up of rollaways. He gets really irritated when I run the reins up his neck. As you can see, he ducks his head a little bit, he swings his head. It just makes him mad in general. And so what I find is that if I go to using the halt command, that helps him a whole lot more, and he doesn't get as irritated with me. It gets better with more work, and the more tuned up he gets, and I don't have to run up his neck nearly as far, but you can see how he just gets kind of irritated in general. He's starting to play out on me a little bit already, and you can see right in this roll here, he's really starting to cheat. He sticks his hind end out. He's already prepping for that roll away. Let's watch it again. As I give him the cue to stop, he immediately brings his hind end to the inside of this round pen. I need it to be straight to prep him for whatever direction I want him to turn. He continues to really cock it to the inside, and I'm wanting to roll him to the left. I need that hind end to make a smaller turn to the inside of his turn, not cock it to the outside, because I lose all my power when I roll him here. He hangs this hind right leg out. It's not underneath him. He's not collected. He's not using his hocks or his stifle to push off at all in this turn. And he proceeds to come out of it really lazy. He doesn't even trot out of it. He walks a few steps before he takes a trot and takes off again. In the next roll we execute, he tries it again. And this time I change the game on him. And I put him in an inside roll out the opposite lead. Now had we had been loping, I would have taken the right lead with him. But instead, he tries to kick it to the inside, so I roll him that direction and make him use that for his power. Let's watch it again. Okay, we've slowed down this maneuver now. You see me cue him for the stop. He really kicks this hind end to the inside of the round pen. He's strung out behind. He's not keeping his legs underneath him. That's where all his power is in the hind end, is to stay straight. So all I do is I simply turn him the direction his hip wants to go to make him keep his hind end underneath himself. It's not pretty, it's not super effective right now, but we're going to try to keep him honest by changing the direction up like that. This is super effective for keeping speed event horses honest. You can put them on the pattern, work through obstacles, and when they want to set up early on you, you just change directions, you change the game, you put them in another maneuver. He tried it again there. I changed directions, and he's already improving in his anticipation and what direction I'm wanting him to go. And now I have a horse that's more on call to the games that we're playing. He's waiting for me to tell him what direction we're going. And I don't even need the barrels or the poles or any sort of obstacle in here to see where my horse needs work. And it's about to get really ugly here. See that? Let's slow it down again and take another look at that. I throw a roll away with a 360 on top of it to him. And this, folks, is why I ride with a martingale right here. Let's zoom in on that and look at what that head's doing. It's right up in the air. He gets mad. He swings it back and forth a couple of times on me. He was ready to roll, and I held him up a little bit longer. So he was on call there for a second, and then I changed the game a little bit, and he got into a routine, and he wasn't paying attention. And I put him in another 360 on top of that roll away. So now I've changed the game again on him. I don't go too many strides before I put him in another roll away with a 360 on top of it. And look who's a little bit happier in his face and head now. He's already starting to wait a little bit for me for the next maneuver I ask of him. I let him go a little bit longer around the round pen, give him a little bit of chance to catch his air, set him up again, do a 360 and out. He's already starting to square up in his hind end. Roll away with the 360 on top. He's still a little sticky going this direction. I let him trot around the round pen a little bit longer this time to let him catch his breath, get his wind back a little bit before I put him in another roll. I was going to just do a roll away here, and he thought about anticipating, so I did a 360. And because his hip was to the inside, he was able to lope out of it strong. Okay, let's slow this down again and watch what happens. He kicks his hip to the inside in this roll, and I feel it coming on, so I'm going to put him in a 360 to the left. So 360 over the hocks. I start to roll him. He comes around, and this right here, folks, is what I'm talking about. When we say 360 over the hocks, he's in collection. He's got his legs underneath him. His hocks are underneath him. He's ready to drive out of this turn. And the neatest thing about this whole roll right here is the way his front legs are spread out. He's getting ready to lope out of it. He's pushing out of it. He's not going to hit his own knees. He's not going to hit his own feet. It's the footwork that counts, and this is why horses need to learn the basic handle in the very beginning of their training. And he lopes out of it effortlessly. Now we got some nice licking chewing going. He wanted to lower his neck and head there. Now we're starting to get to the emotional side of this horse. We do a 360 and out. We got a little bit of a lope stride there. Roll him away. Roll away with a 360 on top of it. Send him again. Now we're getting a horse that's on call, that's not anticipating the job that we're asking of him. That time he anticipated, and I was already committed to going that direction, so I went ahead and let him go. He's getting real tired here. He's really playing out. We do a 360 and out. He's starting to hesitate on me, so I go ahead and quit with that and let him play game over. And that's how you get your performance and speed event horse to go quiet for you. Look at the lick and chew. That's a happy horse. Head long and low. He's quiet. He's happy about the job he just did. Look at all that lick and chew. Boy, that was a really good session. And that's as good as we're going to get with a horse that's had nearly 5 months off. He's been barefoot that whole time. He's fat and overweight. I'm fat and overweight and out of shape and out of tune, and we're trying to get our timing back right now, so this is as good as it's going to get until we start get more in timing with each other. So I hope you guys enjoyed this session of Becky Amio horse training. I hope that helped you just a little bit to slow things down and show you what was going on there in those rolls and how to fix them. Let me know if you have any subjects or topics you want me to work on. I appreciate you watching. Thanks again. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and leave a comment down below and share this with your friends.